I thought that something would be fun
back.
to talk about that would fit into the theme of this episode would be an anime that I love. Everybody loves it, obviously. I don't think Cody's seen it, but that's cool because you can give a perspective from somebody who has never seen this amazing show. And it's a beautiful show, and it's just finished season 2, and that show is Kaguya-sama, Love is War.
Love is War, daddy dues.
Wow, dude. And first of all, let me just say season 2 wrapped up, and out of the gate, I'm going to say it. Fucking season 2 was way better than season 1.
Way better. And it
so
wasn't
much better.
I mean, the first season was great, and it was a great way to meet the characters and like become attached to them and, you know, their relationships and stuff. But season 2 knocked it out of the park with some character arcs and knocked it out of the park with some new characters.
Hell
with
yeah.
their relationship. You
Hell
felt
yeah.
more comfortable in the student council room, and I loved it.
Dude, I loved everything about it. You're absolutely right. They spent time with more characters, and obviously these are light to semi-major spoilers for season 2 if you haven't seen season 2 yet. But Cody, for and also for people who don't know what it's about, it's a show about these 2 high school kids basically that love each other but don't want to admit to each other that they love each other. So they're trying to get the other person to confess through very like subtle ways. It's a lot like when we were talking about earlier in the episode. That game of like missing signals or rejecting somebody, it's very similar to that. They're always misreading the situation or misunderstanding somebody, but they're always trying to get the
people
other
terrified of reading the situation wrong.
Yeah, and they're highly intellectual people.
Super
They're the
smart.
student council president. I think she's the
Vice president.
Vice president. So they're, I mean, kind of competing, but they're competing for each other's love. And
It's amazing, dude. And another thing I'll say is, okay, the season 2 is way better than season 1.
Yeah.
And for a lot of reasons which Megan just said, but also because you, once you get over the hurdle, because they never, in the first season, nothing ever happens between them. It's a lot of them almost getting to that point, and then something happening.
Like cat and mouse.
But then at the very end, they almost get there, but then they don't. You know, and so you're a little disappointed when you're not aware of what the show is. You're like, oh, fuck, that sucks. I wanted that moment to happen. But once you know that that's what the show is, that the show has fun with that moment never happening, and you kind of come to not expect it to happen, you can relax and just enjoy it way more. So in season 2, there were a lot of moments that seemed like this might be it. But then as a fan of the show, you know it's not going to be it.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of like sit back and have fun, and it's just so beautifully animated.
Yeah, it's A1 Pictures really knocked out of the park. Like you can tell how much they love animating the show.
Oh
you can tell how much they love the characters, love the story. Like it really shows on the screen, like how much attention has gone in, all the little details, the callbacks, the dialogue. I mean, it's like one of the best romance slice of life school.
100%.
And they're not even together, and that's the best part. It's like breaking all these norms that like romance animes have to get together, or they have to be together, break up. It's not that. It's them just showing their like naiveness to each other, and they're smart but they're really dumb, and it's so lighthearted, and it's one of my favorite animes to date.
Because I did see the season 2 trailer.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you guys showed me where it was just a clip of the first episode of season 2.
I think we watched the OP, and it kind of started to go into the episode a little bit.
Like it shows like a blonde it shows like someone like going through like laser hallways, and then like, oh, we need to do the secret observation, and then we'll swap out these drinks, and then it's given to the guy. You find out the only thing that was swapped is he was given decaf coffee. And I like my understanding of it was like a fun representation of just like, we just gave him decaf coffee, so they like do all this like amazing animation, like it takes place in like a science fiction universe. Yeah. Is that like a consistent thing?
Yes, dude. That's something. It's so visually interesting,
stimulating.
It's amazing. Not only is that a running theme, and they definitely have a lot of fun with that, but they also do a lot more creatively interesting and visually interesting things. Like at one point there's a segment in season 2 that's just for no reason animated, not for no reason, but it's just animated like the Peanuts, like Charlie Brown and Linus and whatever.
Which I'm gonna go ahead and say I never liked that show.
Yeah, it's a trash show. I'm just gonna say it too.
Do you remember? Yeah, always having to be like, we're gonna watch the Peanuts. Like, this isn't funny. This isn't smart.
You don't
like
the movies?
Fucking Pumpkin.
Charlie Brown. You don't like?
It's like,
you guys hurt my heart right now.
Who gives a shit?
Wow.
Yeah.
Every fucking rainy day during fall.
That was a.
We're gonna watch the Peanut Gallery. It's like, why?
The
characters have weird voices.
Cable?
They don't sound like children. These aren't childish plot lines. They literally just walk up to a guy and then they talk and they go, and then the dog sits on the house and they laugh. I'm like, that's not a joke.
Yeah, and then they're like, I love Snoopy and Woodstock. I'm like, you love the character that just sleeps all day and doesn't do anything? Oh, it must be a great show then. If the character you love the most does nothing.
Yeah, that's
you
the
obviously
joke.
didn't see the depths of Charlie Brown's depression.
Wow. I guess I didn't. That's news to me.
No, this is that's the bullshit. Oh, it's in a coma. Shit that everyone does to every cartoon.
No, I'm not going to go into this with you guys.
They're in a coma, dude. That's what. Maybe it's a fucking cartoon.
Maybe
you ever
it's a
think
bad
about
show.
that?
Maybe
you
it's
ever
a bad
think that
show.
it's just the plot is what it is?
Megan's pissed.
No, so is that the thing? Like, it doesn't. Is it? It's a normal high school, but it's like they present things in different genres.
I mean, it's just bending the reality, bending the reality of the genre of the anime. It makes fun of itself all the time, constantly. So it's very hyper aware of what it's trying to do and what it does.
Yeah, one so it's one segment is animated like the Peanuts. Another segment is animated like they're an arcade, like they're fighting, like almost like Street Fighter, like they're saying things to each other and they're doing things to each other, but their HP's getting lower. They're like everything they say to each other's hitting the other person.
Nice.
And it's just like, I don't know, it's really and so a lot of the things I was saying about the manga that we reviewed, right? I can never remember the English name for it, even though it's...
And Yet the Town Moves.
And Yet the Town Moves. It's such a boring name that I keep forgetting it.
I know.
But it's not a boring manga. But anyway, it's not.
All right, here's a mnemonic device for you to remember it, is be like, I don't think the town moves.
And yet
the town moves.
That's a good one.
And yet.
But like I was saying, that manga is very funny, and there are a lot of situational moments in that are humorous, but they're not fresh. Kaguya-sama Love is War is, sure, a lot of these situations we've seen before, two people not knowing how to express love for each other, but the way it's visually animated and the way that it's written and everything about the characters is so fresh and new, and it's something I've never seen before. And it's just so well done. Everything is so well done.
Yeah, like the voice actors kick ass. The characters are awesome. One of the main characters, his name is Ishigami, and he's a part of the student council tool.
Oh yeah, he is. He's a fucking student council tool.
And you get this whole character arc, and you get kind of like his backstory.
Oh my God.
And I legit cried.
Yeah.
I legit shed tears because it was so out of nowhere emotional, and I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this. And
So
Miko
good.
too. Miko's so fucking cute. I love her.
Yeah, Miko Ino, the new member. Oh my God, yeah.
She's so cute, and she's such a good, accurate representation of like a freshman in high school, just being like, what the fuck, all these older kids are doing this crazy shit.
Yeah.
And she keeps walking in on them like doing things, but they're not actually doing things. It's just like her kind of walking in at the wrong time.
But she's always walking in at the
Yeah.
wrong time. But it's also just, it never gets old, and it's always funny enough that that it doesn't seem like they're recycling the same joke over and over.
No.
It's so funny, man.
Like the whenever your parents walk into when you're watching an anime or a movie or whatever, and it's just always at the part where it's like, oh, this is like, there's like a 2-second sex scene in this movie.
No, even if it's just a fight between two female characters.
Oh yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, for 2 seconds they're just pinning each other down and breathing deeply.
Yeah. And she's just like, oh.
You guys remember Underworld Evolution?
No.
I think Underworld. Did you
I
watched the
I
Underworld
watched it because I
movie.
wanted werewolves,
Yeah,
but
was-
that's not what I didn't get what I wanted.
Was there a lot of...
It's okay. They're referred to lichens in the movie.
I know what you're talking about
Vampires
now.
and lichens.
Yeah.
And my dad took me to see that when I was like 8 years old. And there's a very long sex scene in that movie. And it's like legit looks like they're actually having like bare bodies on bare bodies. And I'm just sitting there like, this was supposed to be a fucking vampire and werewolf movie.
Wow.
I was here
Why
to watch
am I
vampires fighting werewolves.
And they're
Why
called
am I
lichens?
why
Lichens.
why am I sitting
Edit that
here
out.
next to my father watching this movie.
Yeah, I'm not liking that.
Yeah.
It's amazing though. This season they really fucking they really outdid themselves when I thought they couldn't. I also have to say right now, Kaguya is fucking. Not only is she tsundere, she's waifu, she's everything.
No, she is everything. She is so cute.
So
is that
cute.
the one who dances?
No, that's Chica.
And everybody.
Everyone
and I'm looking
loves
at you,
Chica.
dude. Everyone
loves
Chica.
fucking Chica, and I love her too. She's funny,
Sure.
but she's not best girl.
She's
like,
no way.
She's no
best
way
girl.
near best girl, like at all.
So who's the best?
Kaguya. The girl, then basically the
black
main
hair.
character.
She has like the red ribbon.
Oh, she's the one trying to get the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's the best boy?
Well, now Ishigami, dude. After season 2,
I mean, Kaijo. I do like him. He's hilarious. Ishigami's like, he's cool, but I mean, you gotta love Kaijo.
I mean, Ishigami to me though is just like after this season, seeing what they did with his character and him emotionally evolving. I'm like, dude, I relate to this guy. I mean, wow, it's such a good, because it's like very funny, and then every now and then they'll throw you this curveball. Well, they'll just go in this like very emotional backstory, and it gets out of nowhere, and you're
dude. Cody would love Ishigami.
I think, dude, Cody, you are Ishigami.
You are Ishigami.
No, he doesn't.
No,
but he does have your vibe.
Ooh,
can I show you a picture of him?
Vibe.
The best character in the fucking world.
He loves to play video games.
Hey, there we go.
He's very out of touch
now
with the real world, and he's very hostile and calls people garbage for liking something that was close and dear to their heart in their childhood.
Look, you liked it when you would have liked anything when you were a
wow,
child.
and the insults keep coming. Huh?
This is Ishigami right here, by the way.
I'm sorry.
I'm joking.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I would have dyed my hair black when I was a teen, but I didn't want to, spend the money.
Well, I'm glad you didn't have any money as a teen.
I definitely would have rocked that if I could take care of my. That's the thing. If I could take care of my hair like him too, I would have had longer hair.
Because you're looking at somebody who was in high school and did dye their hair black and hadn't grown out very long.
Bomb drop of the century.
You have to show us pictures.
I think I do have pictures.
Holy shit! But Miko and Ishigami.
Yes.
Spoiler alert! In the manga.
Uh-oh.
They have a little back and forth because they're like, she's like, I fucking hate you, and he's like, I fucking hate you too, but they're kind of like the same boat.
Yeah,
that's what all this time I've been looking for my goth hillbilly tsundere girl.
Yeah, she's no. Miko's not that.
But do Miko
neither goth nor hillbilly?
No,
she is.
Sorry to break it to you.
She is a small tyrant.
Tyrant. Okay.
Well,
do Miko and Ishigami have something before, or is it after? Is it when they were in middle school, or is it?
I don't know
okay.
everything, but I've seen panels from the manga of them doing cute stuff and being embarrassed, and I'm just like,
I'm for it.
I am so
100%.
I ship it.
Me too, dude.
I'd rather ship that than him and Chica. That's not gonna work.
Him
Chica's
and Chica
single.
would be a horrible. Yeah.
Chica's like a. She's
do people
just
ship Chica and Ishigami?
Yeah.
Oh my
heavy.
God. Fuck all.
Well, now
that.
they ship fucking Kaguya and Ishigami after that little scene, and I was like, oh, you better get your girl because she about to get stolen.
I'm actually gonna watch this now that I get home because first I need to know what any of these names mean.
Well, it's cool too, and I will say what's kind of frustrating about it is that it is so visually interesting, and they're speaking so fast that obviously when you're reading subtitles, it does take away from the animation, from the visuals a little bit. But because what's happening on screen is so just loud and beautiful and just unique and just different, I get so frustrated because I want to absorb. I almost want to watch the episode twice. I want to watch it and not look at the subtitles and then watch it and read the subtitles because I don't. It's a show that I don't want to miss out on anything that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I don't even want to miss out on a frame of it. That's how well done it is.
Now let me ask you this: you say he likes playing video games. Is this one of those things that still depicts video games as being 8-bit side scrollers?
Oh, that's very funny because in anime, all video games are 8-bit side scrollers.
And it's just
no, he's a Switch.
He has a Switch.
They play Mario Kart.
Yeah, they play Mario Kart, which is so funny because obviously Nintendo's very strict about using their name and stuff, so they call it something else.
Yeah.
Mario
but
Kart.
But it's clearly a Switch, and they're clearly playing Mario. Yeah.
This season definitely it's more brazen with the like almost moments that just blue ball you and you're like, fuck, like god damn, like you love each other, right? Like just get together. But that's like the best part about it. It's just you keep watching in hopes that they will, but like you said, you can just relax.
Yeah.
Because you know.
Because I think that's what my problem was with season 1. Like and had I known that going in, I think I would have maybe enjoyed it more, which is why I enjoyed season 2 way more, was because the whole time I'm like, okay, I felt like I was investing all of my energy into a relationship that I was going to get to see pay off.
I kind of like, I kind of knew the gist, not going in, but like after a couple episodes, I was like, oh, it's this type of thing where it's like, it's always kind of that's not going to happen.
That's why I said it's like Tom and Jerry. Because like if Tom ever catches Jerry, the show's over.
Yeah.
True.
So like unless they focus on the side characters trying to get together, where it's like
no.
Then like that's whatever the series finale is just going to be them being like, so do you like me or?
Yeah, and the manga is like it's a pretty it's like 14. I'm gonna look up how many volumes it is.
But like. They didn't announce a season 3 at the end of season 2. They did in season 1 for season 2. So
it's for sure getting a season 3.
It's super popular. But I mean, they're almost out of high school.
Yep.
So it's like, what's gonna happen?
I don't know.
We know what's gonna happen.
I think there are like at least in America there are at least 14-ish, 15-ish, something like that volume.
The last episode or chapter should just be one of them saying like, hey, I actually really like you, I've always liked you, and then the other person being like, oh, I actually like someone else.
that's the finale.
If you watch the show, that would be absolutely an insane statement because
there's no way they can like anybody else, either one of them. But also, either way, I'm saying they have a lot of source material to pull from. So I think they're for sure going to get a season 3. I don't like, here's the other thing too, is that I flipped through the manga, and the manga is obviously the source material is what has to be good, but it's elevated so much by the animation that I almost think that, and I could be wrong because I've never read the manga, but I feel like you would be missing out on just reading the manga and not watching the anime, because the anime offers so much more, I feel like, in terms of, I don't know, I can't imagine it would be as exciting. There are some series that I really recommend reading and not watching, or reading and watching, or watching and not reading. But this is one that I would have to maybe recommend just at least for sure watching, because even the art style when I flip through the manga is a little different, and I prefer it in the anime.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. I got to show you some panels from the art and then versus the anime, because I really do think that the anime is the superior version. And I don't know if anybody's read the manga and they disagree. I'm sure they do, but I think this is definitely a series that I'm going to wait for a season 3 for instead of reading.
The hype was like for season 2, just waiting. It's so good, and I miss them. I literally I there's a hole in my heart after I watched the ending of season 2, and that ending was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop. I was like, am I tripping right now?
Yeah.
It took a turn. It was cool. It was great. But I can't wait for season 3.
And season 3 is for sure coming. I feel like it has to. And yeah, same. I can't wait for season 3.